Is access modifiers in Java. Access modifiers in Java is simply put there are four access modifiers: public, private, protected, and default. No keyword. Before we begin, let's note top level class can be public or default access modifiers only. But at the member level, we can use all four. Then are in the Java access modifiers help to restrict the scope of a class constructor, variable, method, or data member. It provides to security, accessibility, etc. To the user depending upon the access modifiers. Then are the used with the element. Let is learn about Java access modifiers, their types and the uses of access modifiers in these articles. There of types of access modifiers in Java, but there are four types of the access modifiers in Java available in Java. The development is no keyword requirement, default, but is default, private, protected, and public. First of all is a default access modifier. When no access modifier is specified for a class, method, or data member, then it is used it is a set to the having the default access modifier by default the default the data member, classes or method that are not declared using any access modifiers. Having default access modifiers are accessible only within the same package. But our second is the private access modifiers. The private access modifiers we can are the specified using the keyword private, but then are the method or data members declare are the as private are accessible only within the class in which they are declared. Then are the any other class of the same package will not able to access these members. Then our top level classes or interface cannot be declared as private because private means only visible within the including class. Protected means only visible within the including class and any subclass. There are these modifiers is the terms of the application to classes apply only are the nested class or not to top level class. In this example, we will create two classes A and B within the same package. Beyond dot will declare a method in class A is a private and try. But to access this method from class B, see the result. Three of all is a protected access modifier. The protected access modifier is specified using the keyword protected. Then are the method or data members declared as a protected by are accessible within the same package or subclasses in a different package. There are in this example we will create two package P1 and P2. Class A in P1 is made public to access. It in P2 the method display in class A is protected and class B is inherited from class A, and this protected method is then accessed by creating on the of class B, but are public access modifiers. The public access modifiers is specified using the keyword public. Then are the public access modifiers has the width scope among all other access modifiers, classes, method, or data member that are declared as a public are accessible from everywhere in the program. There is no restriction on the scope of public data members. First of all is what are the access modifiers in Java? The access modifiers in Java are the keywords that are used for controlling the use of the method, constructors, field, and method in a class. Second is what is a void in Java. Void in Java is used to specify no return value with the method. What are the 12 modifiers in Java? But modifiers in Java are public, private, protected, but default, final, synchronized, abstract, native, scriptive. transient, and volatile, but are feeling lost in the waste world of the backend development. It is a time for a single join or Java backend. Uh, there are two types of modifiers in Java: access modifiers and non-access modifiers. But there are the access modifiers in Java specifies the accessible for scope of a field, method, constructor, or class. We can change the access level of field, constructor, method, and class by applying the access modifiers on it. There are four types of Java access modifiers. The access level of the private modifiers is only within the class, which cannot be accessed from outside the class. But default, the access level of default modifiers is only within the package. It cannot be accessed from outside the package. If you do not specify any access level, it will be the default. Protected, the access level of protected modifier is within the package, but outside of the package through a child class. If you do not make the child class, it cannot be accessed from outside the package. Second of all is a public of the access level of a public modifiers is anywhere it can be accessed from within the class, outside the class, within the package, outside the package. uh, there are many non-access modifiers such as static, abstract, synchronized, native, volatile, etc. Here we are going to learn the access modifiers only. The private access modifiers is accessible only within the class, but are a simple example of private access modifiers. In this example, we have created two classes A and B. Simple A class contains private data member. There and private method, we are accessing these private members from outside the class. So there is a compile time error. Second of all is a default. If you don't use any modifiers, it is the thread treated as default by default. The default modifier is accessible only within package. It cannot be accessed from outside the package. It provides more accessibility than private, but it is the more restrictive than protected and public. Uh, Third of all is protected. Then the protected access modifier is accessible within package and outside the package, but through inheritance only. The protected access modifiers can be applied on the data member, method, and constructor. It can be used. It can be applied on the class. It provides more accessibility than the default modifiers. Example of protected access modifiers. Then our access modifiers are object-oriented programming that, but it is used to set the accessibility of class, constructors, method, and other members of Java. Using the access modifiers, we can set up the scope or accessibility of this class, method, constructor. Then and other members. Private, we can access the private modifiers only within the same class and not from outside the class. Default, we can access the default modifiers only within the same package and not from outside the package. And also, if you do not specify any access modifiers, uh, it will automatically consider it is a default protected. We can access the protected modifier within the same package and also from outside the package with the help of the child class. If we do not make the child class, we cannot access it is it is from outside the package. So inheritance is a must for accessing it from the outside the package. Public, we can access the public modifiers from anywhere. We can access public modifier from within the class as well as from outside the class, and also for check out this free course for Java programming. Then are when the method or data members and prefixed with the private access modifiers. the usability of this method and data members.